Next up at UFC Vegas 37, we have Gustavo Lopez versus Heili Alateng. Gustavo Lopez is 12-6 overall. He is 3-2 in his last 5, coming off a loss. Heili Alateng is 14-8 overall, only 1 loss in his last 5. Gustavo Lopez, a very good boxer. He has solid power. He has decent wrestling when he needs it, and he's very, very tough. And he will make any fight ugly because he is just absolutely so tough and refuses to get out of there no matter what's happening to him. He's an exciting fighter because he always puts it on the line, and he's always looking for a finish. If at any point he thinks he has you, dead to rights, or he senses a little bit of vulnerability, he will put himself in harm's way to close that out. He will absolutely come charging in, throw big, wild bombs if he thinks he has you on the ropes. Puts himself in harm's way. It doesn't always work out for him, but he is incredibly exciting because of his willingness to go out there and make something happen. Alateng is also a striker. He's the more technical and the more diverse of the two. He mixes up his striking a little better. Listen, he's not the most technical striker in the world, but he is much more technical than Gustavo Lopez, and he uses that. The problem is, because he's technical, he can struggle at times with a brawler style, with somebody like Gustavo who's going to come in with wild punches from crazy angles with a ton of volume. That could give Alateng some trouble because he is used to taking his time, doing it right, controlling the distance, and using his technique. And you get wild bombs thrown at your head. You don't have that technique. And what's the old saying, right? You brawl a boxer, you box a brawler. And that's what may happen here. Gustavo is going to brawl the more technical striker. When he needs to, Alateng, when he needs to, he can wrestle. I don't see him coming with a grapple-heavy game plan or pushing a grappling game plan. But if he gets in trouble, he does have a backup plan. But this is a really hard pick because if you watch the show and you know how I do the picks, I usually break down skill, and at the end of the day, styles make fights. I like to match up strengths versus weaknesses and so on and so forth. What's tricky here is I actually think Heili has more tools in his bag. And I always talk about, well, this person has more tools in their bag, therefore they will probably win. This is a really hard one because Alateng definitely has more tools in his bag. He is the more well-rounded striker. He has better grappling if they need it, or at least better wrestling if they need it, so he can take it to the ground if he gets himself into some trouble. The problem is styles do make fights, and I think Gustavo being in his face, throwing big, heavy bombs, unorthodox angles, being close, not letting Alateng settle in, I think that'll be a problem for Alateng, and I actually think Gustavo Lopez is going to win this fight. So Gustavo is my pick. If we're talking DraftKings, $7,800 to 84. It's an interesting line here because basically they're almost even money, but DraftKings separated them quite a bit, right? DraftKings really thinks Alateng is a solid favorite. The lines, the odds are moving. I made these graphics yesterday, so some of these odds have moved since I've put them on the screen. Alateng was an underdog when I did it. I believe he's flopped to a favorite now, but these lines are pretty close. DraftKings took a stand. They're with Alateng at $8,400. Gustavo Lopez at $7,800. I don't know if I'm going to put Gustavo Lopez in my lineup, but I do like his brawler style to frustrate a normally composed, looking to keep it technical Alateng. The monkey knife fight line, I'm going to go more and more. I think this is a war. Honestly, I think they go at it. I think Gustavo Lopez gets in Alateng's face. They both start swinging. They go at it. Gustavo's probably going to get the better of some of those dirty exchanges, but lose some of the cleaner ones, meaning if he's close, throwing heavy, he'll probably touch up Alateng inside the pocket in those wild hook shots. Alateng will definitely have some solid volume using his footwork, keeping Gustavo at bay as long as he can. So I like the more and more here. I do think it'll go 3 rounds. I do think they will go at it. So I like that. I think more and more is the play. DraftKings, listen, there's a lot of people that are all over Alateng and think this is just a dream matchup for him. If that's how you feel, $8,400 is not a bad price. I'm on Lopez. I don't know if I'm going to put him in my lineup, but I do like him at under $8,000. The dude does have some potential finishing upside. He's an absolute killer, meaning he's always looking for a finish, and he's just so freaking tough. Even if he is on the wrong side of this, he will put up some numbers. He will stay in there, and he will keep this fight going. More on the Monkey Knife Fight. If you like the bets, if you like the lines, wewantpicks.com/bets. Monkey Knife Fight, wewantpicks.com/MKF. It is the easiest thing in the world. You just pick the strike lines, more or less than the numbers you see on the screen, and you can triple your money. Grab yourself the promo today.